Hello, happy Monday, my amazing and beautiful freedom achievers. All right, happy Motivational Monday. I am so excited, you guys, to be back with you in this form, in this fashion, in this setup. I have missed being in front of you guys. I feel yes. So let's just say I'm back. I am back. So I want to encourage you guys to hop in here. We have the awesome, amazing Sandra Maxey, of course, is doing our devotionals Monday through Friday. You guys, if you're driving to work, driving home from work, on a break, pop into our Facebook group, click play, and listen to our daily devotional. Thank you, Sandra, for doing such an awesome job just sharing God's word with us and keeping it as a constant reminder that is truly why we are here. And that is like the number one most important thing ever. And then I am coming in here to sweep in here on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, kind of changing it up a little bit. My intent is to be here on your lunch hour. So if you work a full-time job, I know it's not going to probably fit perfectly into your lunch hour every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I want to encourage you to hop in here and listen, even if it's not on your lunch break, maybe on your drive home. And my intent is to get into your head more on a daily basis versus just once a week at our Tuesday team huddle. And so I'm going to be bringing you guys Motivational Monday. So we're going to talk about it's a new month, it's a new week, what's happening, what are we doing, how are we working, and to keep you focused because there's so much happening, of course, across in the world is in our Mary Kay business, but to bring that focus to you for the week. And then Wednesday is all going to be about Winning Wednesday. So we're gonna brag on you guys. We're gonna cheer you on. We're gonna celebrate the wins along the way, the daily wins. You guys, when we get really good at celebrating ourselves, it's not about bragging. It's not about ooh, look at me. No, you guys, it's called having fun in the process. And we are going to celebrate and have fun with the process with our Winning Wednesdays, okay? And then Friday is going to be Finisher Friday. Where are we at? What's going on? What's come in? What's not come in? Where do we need to reshift? And instead of walking away from that weekly goal, whatever it is, we're going to embrace it and say, okay, it's Friday. What do I need to do today to finish well? Or what needs to happen Saturday, Sunday so that I can say this week I finished well? Okay, so those are our topics: Motivational Monday, Winning Wednesday, and Friday Finisher. And I'm going to be with you here to walk you through that process week to week. And of course, we're going to do it here for June. We'll see if we need to make some revamps, see how this 12-15 works or doesn't work. Cross my fingers that it does work well. And we'll make any adjustments as we roll into the new seminar year. Okay. All right. Well, we have big things to do here in June, but before I dive into that, I want to show you guys this fun little sign that you will be seeing more of it. And I think I can bring it up here on the screen. I want to bring it to your attention and just, it's not going to, hold on. I didn't have it opened. Okay. Hang on. It is coming. Okay. Here we go. Here it is. All right, share my screen. Sorry, I was not quite prepared for that. I'm still navigating through StreamYard because I haven't used it in a whole lot. Okay, here is our new, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is our new symbol. This is our new logo for the Freedom Achievers. And I just want to give you some words about it. So when you first see that, what do you guys see? What do you notice? And there's lots of things. I'm not going to dive into all of it right this minute, but I just wanted to give you a little peek into this representation for our Mary Kay family. And so here we are. We are the Freedom Achievers, okay? First of all, that torch that is holding everything up, the torch often represents hope, guidance, knowledge, enlightenment, and maybe even just a little spark of life. So I hope with those words, hope, through our team, the women who join our team, the women who come to our meetings, come to our facials, come to our events, that they are ignited with a little spark of life, maybe a spark of hope. And that's what we get to do. We get to be that torch bearer, bringing that to everybody that we encounter and everybody that we touch. Okay. So isn't that cool, you guys? Just that beautiful torch and what that represents and symbolizes. And then of course we have the sun there. And it's a rotating sun. It could be a sunrise. You'll probably see just different versions of it as we move through and have new flyers and different things. But that sunrise, you guys, represents new beginnings, growth, progress, and optimism. And so I really feel like our team does a really good job already just being growth minded. I've seen a lot of you guys, just your thought processes and your thoughts and the way you think have changed. It's grown into more of a growth mindset. And so every time you see a sunrise, you see our little spinning sun, I want you to think about new beginnings, hope that we are just off and running, and we're seeing progress. We're seeing growth because that's where we're growth minded. Then those little things coming out to the side are wings, you guys. And we're going to use the hummingbird and maybe in some of our things. Of course, we'll have the bumblebee, but just those wings, just in general, represents freedom. And I haven't talked about this in a long time, but freedom, you guys, is so different for all of us. For some of us, it might be financial freedom. For some of us, it might be time freedom. For some of us, it might be just the freedom of having choices. I could do this or I could do this because I have extra income now. But freedom looks so different for all of us. And I know when I first started my Mary Kay business and built it from a consultant to a director, it was the freedom of having the choice of not having to go to that full-time job every single day. Now that my children are older, I have the freedom, to make different choices and choose how I work my business, either with more focus and clarity, or I could be okay where things are. But with freedom comes great responsibility, you guys. And so, I could go a lot more, but I'm just going to kind of keep it brief this morning on our logo here. But all of those words, maybe jot some of those words down, or as you look at this picture, jot some things that come to your mind that make you think of like that freedom, that hope, that optimism, the new beginnings, the growth, the progress. Just what does that mean and look like for you personally? Do some journaling around that. Do some quiet time. Do some meditation around that. Talk to Jesus about it and just say, Lord, what do you want to do with me? What do you want to do with me and my Mary Kay business? How do you want me to progress? How do you want me to grow? What hope? Like, where are you taking me? And how am I to bring hope and bring this to other people? You know, I always believe that dreams and hopes start with us personally, like what it does for us. But as we step into that, you guys, it's really about how that brings that hope and those dreams to other people. And I'll just close out this one little part here with I heard I was going to play it. I actually thought about playing it for y'all today, but in my growth app, we heard from Ed Milet today. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's a motivational speaker, but he gave this beautiful story about how he was off on the lonely road. He was building his businesses. He was building a business after business, and it was lonely. And he was not always the most popular amongst his family. Sometimes his family looked at him and like, what are you doing? You're crazy. That is not going to work. And he talked about that was a lonely path, a lonely road. His sister, on the other hand, his middle sister, was a fourth grade teacher. And he talked about how she was actually more, what did he call it? Well off than he was, more like happy in life than he was, because she had found her calling. Her calling was to teach fourth graders. He goes, she made no money. He goes, she had no money, but that was her calling on her life. And therefore she was very rich with life, and she was very fulfilled. However, she was a diabetic, and something led to something, and she lost her sight. And when she lost her sight, she could no longer teach because she couldn't grade papers. She couldn't see her children. And so Ed Milet was talking about that sometimes our lonely road, our hopes and desires. He was like, I was off building these businesses, and he lives, I didn't know this about Ed Milet, but he lives on a street with Justin Bieber, and he named off all these other popular people. And I'm like, holy cow, that he lives on a street with them. And so he's out walking one night at 9:30 at night, and he's walking down the street going, you know, I can do all these things. And he's lonely. He's by himself, and he's out walking. He's like, I've built these businesses, but I can't help my sister. And then he passes by a house and he's like, who lives here? It's a Dr. Somebody. I think he might be an eye doctor. And so needless to say, he knocks on the door and he was just like, and they were like, hey, Ed, what are you doing? And he was like, you're an eye doctor or something, right? Well, come to find out, his neighbor had built some kind of laser technology. And he was like, would you mind seeing my sister? And he was like, sure. Where does she live? Sure. Have her come in. I'll see her Tuesday. And so needless to say, because of his dream, his lonely road, it led to a dream that his sister didn't even know she was going to have. But that doctor was able to restore her sight well enough. She can't drive, but store her sight well enough that she was able to go back to teaching, grading papers, doing her life calling. But he said, if it wasn't for my dream and my lonely road to my goals, my hopes, my dreams, he goes, that would have never come true for her. So get excited. Like, I was so pumped up after listening to him, like, get excited, because you never know that your goal of whether it's, a free Mary Kay car, or becoming a director with Mary Kay, or becoming a red jacket with Mary Kay, whatever your little minute goal, how it feels to us, you never know how that's going to open a door for somebody else. And so I don't know about you guys, but that got me just like, woo, motivated to charge forth with our June goals, okay? Because I was already teetering like, I've got a big personal goal, you guys, for retail sales to get across the National Court of Sales. And then we have a big chunk to do to get across just our unit club for this year for 300,000. Probably the past 4 or 5 years, it's become very easy. We rolled across it in May. Well, that is not the case this year. We have got big goals with big leaps that have to be made here in June. And it would be very easy just to step back and say, okay, we'll just see how it goes. Well, we all know when we see how it goes, it doesn't go. Okay. And so we are charging forward with a big goal, and we are going to work to make it happen. Okay. So with that said, I hope that motivated you maybe to think a little differently. What can you do differently here in June? What can you do to increase and to grow and see more progress in June? All right. Well, with that said, okay, so for June, I'm going to get our header updated. And if you guys haven't noticed, I try to update that kind of at the beginning of the month once a week. And then as we get towards the end of the month, try to like 2-3 times a week. And then on the last day, I, of course, updated it several times. So the header is tracking our monthly goals, which are, for any of you guys wanting to write anything down, our goal is 40 shares like always. We hit 32 in May. So woo, good job. Like, great job. I'll talk more about that on Winning Wednesday. And we are going to be doing some giveaways tomorrow night on Team Huddle. But 40 shares, 10 new beauty consultants, 2 new red jackets, which I see several of you guys getting across that line here in June. We've been working diligently. And our wholesale goal, you guys, it's almost doubled. It's been on there 12,000 wholesale, but we have to do 22,500 wholesale in order to cross across our unit club, 300,000 unit club. Okay. So, you guys, that is our jaw-dropping June. Or if you want to like, whoa, our jaw-dropping June, or it is our jazzy June, as we are getting excited and going big. We are going big, y'all. And honestly, that 22.5, we've done that before. We just haven't done it in a long time. And when you haven't done something in a long time, it feels scary. It feels out of our comfort zone. It doesn't feel as natural, but that's okay, you guys. We are going to charge ahead with it anyway. Okay, so with that said, I do want to share with you guys my big, hairy, scary goal. And I'm going to share it with y'all, because if I don't share with you, I might back down. So I have found myself a little further away from I have done the National Court of Sales like every year, and I'm really not sure what happened this year. But I am 8,000. Hold on, where's my big number? Here it is, $8,609 retail, $8,600 retail away from the National Court of Sales. Okay. So, my goal is to sell $8,000 here in June. And I've actually already started dwindling down week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. What I'm going to do to sell 1,000 plus every single week in June. Okay, so I'm not going to go into those details with you guys. You'll hear more about it as we move along. But and I'm going to set you guys up with two big things that are coming pretty quickly here. But guys, take some time. Take some time today. And whatever you did in May, I want you to double it for June. Okay, if you took May off, go back to April, and whatever you ordered in April, I want you to double that for June. Okay, so guys, if you've been doing 225 every other month, we need you to step up and do 400 here in June, or 450. Actually, where's our way? Hang on, I've got our fun challenge for it's our fun little, like, I always do extra gifts in June. So here it is. Whoa, it's 450. It is 450. So yes, this is our June promotion. So if you did 225 in April, or you did 225 in May, that means you sold 500 retail. I am asking you, let's strategize to get you up to 900 plus retail, so you can be a part of that 450 wholesale ordering. Okay, so this is our June contest. It is Let's Party. And so 450 wholesale, you get a gift in the month of June. So I love that. June is where we celebrate all the wins across the board. And that is where you're going to get your first win at that 450. At that 700 level, yes, you're going to get your earrings from me, and they are super cute, and they'll be here any day. I'll be showing them to you. I'll be wearing them and I'll show them to you. But you'll also get the Power Up cup from Mary Kay. And so I have to show you guys this. This is so stinking cute. And it is sparkly. It is totally sparkly. So let me share this cup. So when you do 700 wholesale, yes, you will get the earrings from me. And then you'll also get this super awesome branded tumbler. And I love it when they talk about branding, because you can take this tumbler when you go work out. You can take this tumbler when you're at the ballpark, when you're out at your children's game. So everybody sees you branded with Mary Kay. Y'all, that helps build the picture and build and just who you are, and how people around you can support you. So that's that 700 level. Yes, you get that cute branded tumbler. Plus, of course, you would get the earrings from me. So it's like double dipping. Okay, so let's move on up. Let's go back to the original fun sheet here. Okay, so here's our June. So there's 700. There's also at 850. Step it up a little bit more at the 850 wholesale level. That would be 1,700 retail. You're going to get the car coasters. Plus, of course, you're going to get the Mary Kay tumbler. Those are those cool little ceramic car coasters that say Let's Party, that go inside your cup holders in your car. Okay, so that's at 850 level. Then moving on up to the 1250 wholesale. This is one of those big, buttery, soft blankets. I can't wait. It's almost here too. And I'm going to be showing you guys all of these prizes. But that's at the 1250 wholesale level. So if you've been ordering at 700, what can we do to get you to that 1250 wholesale order? Okay, and then last but not least, did you see the sun? Here it is again, like the sunrise, the sunset that begins new beginnings, progress. There it is in the top left corner. You can earn all prizes when you do 1850 wholesale in the month of June. Okay, and then here we go. One extra bonus, see at the bottom, if you add one new team member in June, plus you do 700 or more wholesale, you will also receive the large desk mat. Okay, so there's lots of places to win, you guys. And I love that little bonus prize that I added in there, just because that way you're still team building and selling, working your business full circle. So add a team member, plus you yourself do that 700 wholesale. And then that, my friends, is your fun prize, is that large desk mat. It goes here on your desk. Okay, so there are some fun June prizes. Okay, who you like? Isn't that awesome? Let's party. And I think about, like, let's party, whether you're doing a facial, whether you're doing a Fab 5 appointment, or you're doing parties, you guys. It is all about partying, which leads us back to faces and shares. Faces and shares. Who are we? We are the Freedom Area. What do? Faces and shares. How do we do it? By powering up. And my goal, my dream is for each one of you listening to my voice, hitting that power up level. 15 faces, 6 shares, 700 wholesale, month after month after month, you guys. That consistency is the game changer for where all your goals, where all your dreams through your Mary Kay business, where they lie. Okay. All right. So I wanted to share that with you. I will get that posted into our group so you can take a better look at it. And then the last but not least, I'm not going to camp out here. We'll talk more about this at Team Huddle tomorrow night. But did you hear Mary Kay skincare is on sale? Okay. So if you have not read your email, it totally came out in an email yesterday. And so check it out. But let me do just a quick little blurb. Here it is. This is what's happening with our skincare sets. They are on sale. Okay, so this first one here, you guys, is June skincare promotion, 55% off when you order these bundles. So this is the deal. Whether you're selling parts of these products, I really try to order strategically because this is the time to stock your shelves. Like I know my time-wise has dwindled. I'm really like, how did that happen? And so I will be selling and stocking my shelves with all of the time-wise bundles here. You'll see our ultimate is up here in the top left. That includes the microdermabrasion and the eye cream. Then we have our ultimate time. What is that? Super, I can't read that. That is, what is that one called? Or our Beyond Ultimate. Okay, sorry. Our Beyond Ultimate is that first level, but you can order that, you guys, at 55% off. Then our Ultimate, which is our miracle set with the eye cream, is also 55% off. And then, of course, our miracle set is 55% off. So there are some prices here so you can see your added profit level. But really think, so like if I sell a cleanser and a moisturizer, you guys, I am going to go in and reorder a full ultimate set or a full miracle set to put that on my shelf. So not only restocking the cleanser and the moisturizer, but restocking the day and the night solutions. Because guys, when you purchase it at 55% off, as I sell that going forward into the new year, I am actually earning more profit, especially when the products are purchased individually through reorders. Like that profit really shoots up. Okay. And then of course our Mary Kay regimens, the one for hydrating and the one for mattifying, are both 55% off, as well as Clear Proof. Okay. So these are our sets that are 55% off. You'll see there is the, well, no, actually I have one more. I'll post all of these for you guys so you can go in, spend some time just kind of checking them out, you guys, maybe strategizing. But here's the one to celebrate so that you can see your potential profit extra. Well, it's the full sold and full. I think that's the full profit. Yeah. That's the full profit, which is going to be higher than if purchasing at 50% off. Okay, so let that start your wheels turning. How could you maximize this 55% discounted ordering on these specific products to get you to a new sales goal that you haven't hit before, to get you to that next higher level, you guys? We have to strategize. We have to think through, this is where I want to go. This is what I could hit. How could I do it? Let's go. If we don't take the time to stop and think through that, you guys, we will get whatever is slapped up against the wall. And, you know, sometimes that's just the same old. What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results. Okay. All right, my friends. So that's a wrap. I'm trying to keep these to about 15, 20 minutes. So thank you for tuning in. Get excited about our June promotions and get excited about that 55% discount. We will talk more and I'll be back to celebrate our Winning Wednesday with you on Wednesday. But in the meantime, I will see you at Team Huddle tomorrow night. Bye, my friends. Oh, let me end. I'm going to end every one of our lives with, we are growing strong, sustainable, successful, organically growing, money-making businesses. All right. Love you guys.